Alright, now we're rolling.
We are rolling.
We are rolling.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
YouTube, I've been away for a while and I apologize. So I've had some stuff to do and we're still working on this place and we've been busy, so I apologize about that. This is going to be the second part of the Chun Kiu videos. This is going to be real short. It's just going to be the sequence. It's not going to be so much as the application behind stuff. We'll get to that later on. But I do want to address one issue. Stop it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if it's not the way you were taught, or if you see something that I'm not doing. Probably I see a lot of stuff that you guys aren't doing. I don't care. This is just like we all got a bunch of paint and a paintbrush and this canvas, and here's this fucking bowl of fruit, and the art teacher says paint. Some of you guys are gonna be Picassos, some of you are gonna be Monets and Renoirs and Rembrandts, and some of you guys are gonna be fucking Dalis. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. Get the job done. What are you using Wing Chun for? Me, I'm using it for fighting and combat. That's it. So I don't care if, oh no, he doesn't have his spine aligned, and oh my gosh, his shoulders are too rounded, and he doesn't comprehend. I don't care. This is my Wing Chun. Flip the channel, go somewhere else. All right, I do want to answer a question. This is from Timothy John Sevilla. He says, I have a question. Does it depend on me if I'm going to shift using Buma, or does it depend on the situation? Please reply back, thanks. Oh, and please make a video how to apply Buma after shifting. For example, do I bong, then lop, then back fist it? I don't know, brother. I have no idea. Circumstances dictate tactics, and you have to remember that saying. Circumstances dictate tactics. Basically what that means is, you do what you need to do in the situation, okay? So I honestly think that 90% of the people who watch YouTube are people who have never had a martial arts class before, or have never, ever been in any kind of fight before, period, because they think that this right here, this is exactly how you need to be when you're in a Wing Chun fight. Oh my gosh, there you go. So it just amazes me the comments that I read. I think a lot of you guys are delusional, and I feel sorry for that circumstance. I don't mean to be offensive, but go test your shit. And if you think that Wing Chun doesn't work, it's not that it doesn't work, it means that you can't make it work. All right, so you saw part one for Chun Kiu. Real briefly, the second section, okay? You're in your stance. All right, you're gonna wind up throwing a punch forward. We do not turn on this punch in our school. I punch forward, I open my hand, I turn to Lansao. All right, now we're gonna have a whole video on this probably in the next couple of weeks about the Wing Chun kicks. All right, there's 9 Wing Chun kicks, or there's 5 Wing Chun kicks, or depending on which school there are. And I don't care, you know, which way your Sifu tells you to do. All right, you guys know I don't like kicks for the sake of arbitrarily throwing kicks. Okay, what you're gonna do from this position, this is that one circumstance where you're in a 90-10 or a 70-30 for training, okay? So I punch, go to Lansao, this hip is on, put my weight on this back leg, I pick up my foot, I'm in a cat stance almost, pick it up, I turn, kick, and I fall into Bong Sao, okay? So again, on that, I punch, I turn, Lansao, my hips are going in one direction, shoulders going in one direction. I put the pressure on my back foot in a cat stance. I pick up, turn, and fall into Bong Sao. All right? And if Chris can get that, you'll see what this side looks like too, over here. Here, watch what my foot does. Pick it up, and I turn and fall. All right? So basically what you're doing is you're getting surface area. So here's the dummy. I want surface area coverage. The heel is the main part of what we're attacking, all right? And just like the Wing Chun punch, you know, that punch I say is like a snake. You know, you don't, when you make contact with something, you know, if this is my next target here, I don't pull back and punch. A snake fires from the position it was left off in. So from here, it attacks right away, right? So what you don't want in the Wing Chun kick is, you don't want to pick it up, load, cock, and then fire a kick. You want it from wherever it's at, you gotta throw a kick. You gotta throw a kick. It's just coming up. I do my best to transfer weight, and I don't load it up. It's just here. It's gotta fire right away. Wing Chun kicks are, every kick turns into a step. All right, I don't have Matt here to demonstrate right now, but we don't kick in our school unless the hands are making contact or under control. It's too much work, you know, to be here. Like, I love, if you watch Master Wong's videos, like his early videos, you know, he's got the guys coming in, those huge big kicks. Well, if you kick at a big object that's coming in with that much energy, you're risking all that pressure on that back leg to catapult you backwards. But when you have something under control, it's a lot more easy to kick and establish the balance better because you're using them as balance and then you're continuing into them. And you'll see that as time goes on. So it's not that I don't kick, it's just kicking has a proximity, a time and place for a guy as short as I am. You know, Nick from Ballistic Fighting Methods, remember, big guy, 6'1" and change, he's got that distance where he can kick where he wants to. Smaller guys have to control their upper body first. So the surface area that we're kicking ours with the heel, or we're kicking with the flat of the foot, shoes on, go here, and it turns into a step as we come in. So when you see when that movement Chun Kiu here, boom, shift here, but all the way to that back leg, this comes up. I don't want to bring it all the way back up here and then pivot on the knee to kick. That's not what we want to do. We want to use the hip. It's more along the lines of a stomping action. The whole body rises and sinks. Here, boom, raises it up, turns, right here, boom. So I'm coming down, boom, into a kick. Here, into a kick, turning, okay? There's three, now here we set into 1, 2, 3, my bong sao. What I'm learning to do in that section 2 is also project energy into, there's my tripod again, and making a contact. I'm going to show you again a practical application on the law enforcement side where this projected energy comes into. You're rising into this, rising, you're loading, you're learning how to push movement into somebody, okay? And it'll all make sense when I get an application, but for right now, I want you to see the movement. So again, here, 1, 2, 3. For the right side, what I have students do is they corkscrew an uppercut. So it's coming here, elbow drops down. Remember that energy in opposite directions from the last video? This pulls in, corkscrews an uppercut from here, and then you're going to just jump out here. Tan, strips off, yun, chamber, then the other side. We're here, punch, lan sao, the kick comes up, cat stance, kicks, falls into 1, 2, 3. This side, on this side, what I have students do is they corkscrew a drill into a low punch right here. Comes right in. Doesn't mean you can't do it on the other side, you can't switch them up, you can. You want to do both uppercuts, you can here. Boom, drills right in. Lan, or jumps out, tan, yun, chamber. Okay, there's a lot of application in there for right now. Get the movements down. And again, it's not what you're taught, it's not what you're taught. You know, you came to this channel to look at what I'm putting out there, so that's it, all right? Thanks, see you in the next video, and critique away.